The reasons are varied. I know that's not the answer you're looking for, but two I can come up with off the top of my head is that in the community, and I don't know if it's necessarily the white elephant in the room, but for black men, and when I was coming up, you're not keeping it real if you haven't been in trouble. They have to take your Negro card away if you haven't been incarcerated or done something illegal. And that's what some of our young men are facing. I came up in a time when the Crips and the Bloods and the Black Swans and the Pyru and the Brims were getting the foothold in LA. I remember riding in the back of the bus was Rosa Parks and the others made their imprint by getting us to not ride in the back of the bus. But in LA, in the Venice area, in Compton, if you didn't ride in the back of the bus, you were a pussy. Because you rode in the back of the bus because you were tough. And you had to look out for any would-be haters or troublemakers, so you just deal with it. So that's why you sat in the back of the bus. There's this negative peer pressure. And so I see it not necessarily here, but in the neighborhood, young men, they walk by, muscular, tatted up, and that's not to say there's something wrong with tats, but I'm just saying they got a false facade. And I've hired some of these young men at my job, and they got this tough element, and they cannot come into these doors, or they stop coming. I have a friend, my best friend, he stopped coming because he just didn't want to go anymore. And you have all these other influences out there, and church is not just the place you go to. If you want to be a man, you don't go to church. That's a falsehood that's out of the pit of hell. The other one is, which I'm experiencing with my own son, I love him to death, but he has stopped following Christ, and when he did accept the Lord, I'm not so certain that he was really a true believer, but he's had a rough going in the Marine Corps. He's doing fine, he just re-enlisted. But it's being around other men, race had nothing to do with it. The majority of our white, but being around other men that claim to be honorable, claim to be have integrity, and then to see these same men cheat on their wives, they have families, and when they go on leave, he's stuck with them as they go into the brothels. And then he sees how other people live in the third world, and so he thinks, where's God? And you know, man, I don't know if there's a God, I don't pray anymore. As long as there's breath in my son's life, I'm going to continue to pray for him. The Lord will work in him, the mighty work, and bring him back. Yeah. But those are two obstacles. The people that are around you, that influence you, and your idea of what might be the man is.
That's it. Thank you, guys. That's it from some of you younger brothers. We might get you. Then you get a little bit younger. I want to hear from y'all. Let's say 5 years from now, do you plan on staying in church? Do you see yourself in church?
That's good. I see myself in church, but going back to the first question, I feel like because just from my experience, like he said, like Brother Brian said, he said that a lot of my friends in my surroundings claim to be Christian or believe in some type of God or whatever. But in the end, do you go to church? No, I don't go to church. And when the majority of your friends don't go to church, and you've been forced to go to church like all your life, I think that some people feel like, oh, maybe I don't have to go, so they stray away. And then I've also witnessed with one of my friends, like firsthand, he start straying away, And it could be due to pressure from within the church itself. Like a lot of people just on your head, just, like going back to when we said correcting in a certain way, when you correct harshly, constantly, like Brother Prime said, it can bring a toll on you emotionally and just an internal problem. And so that can also lead you to stray away, and it can be easier that way because you don't relate or you feel like you don't relate to a lot of people within the church. It's just a multitude of problems that I feel like
He said something that was very good about correction. Because truth be told, even us as men, we don't like correction ourselves. Like if we got something going on and another man has something to say against what we got going on, we don't like that too much ourselves. To go further along with that, that's not fair to do the same thing, to put that kind of pressure or that kind of judgment on the youth, you know. No, I want to come back to that. Why? Why would you want to chastise me all the time, you know?